Salutations, hi, hello, welcome to this week's True Crime livestream. If you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA, you can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood True Crime VTuber. Here to give you full body chills, here to give myself some nightmares, because that is apparently what I do these days. But I can see some new faces in the chat. I just wanted to acknowledge some new users, because I don't think I've seen you guys around. Or haven't seen you guys around much, but I'm gonna say hi to Mugen Roxo, hello. Nagakon says that finally I managed to catch a live stream. Good day, everyone. Good day to you. And Fabian, I hope you feel better because I saw that you were not feeling well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Maisie, thank you so much for stopping by to say hi. Icy Person also tuned in. Hello. Christopher Wren. Oh, hasn't it been a while? It's yeah, I think that it's been a while, but hello. And who else is here? Wait, oh, Faye Alexis. Hello. Rex Global. Wait. Oh, Undead Rabbit has been a member for 1 month. Congratulations. Can I get a skull from my favorite VTuber and chat? Hi? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. Tobias Rogers, hi, Rogers. Hi, sup everyone, how are you guys? I'm okay. Wait, Rex Global Group says, don't ban, terminate or hack. FEARSONA on Discovery Channel. Wow, Discovery Channel is running out of content. if they are streaming mine. But yeah. Panda King, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. Thank you so much for asking. Okay. Hi FEARSONA, Shadow404 still isn't able to leave a message in the live stream. However, he was able to join the Discord server. Oh, yeah. Like, I was checking it and it doesn't seem that there's anything amiss. Like, he's not... Well, Shadow is not on the... I don't know, like, I don't have the, the user on like, blocked list or anything. So I'm not sure what's happening. And what happened? What happened? Someone followed. Henry Hudson, hello and welcome. Okay, you guys. Nagakon, oh, why thank you, Sona. Looking forward to what you have in store. Some people's nightmares are other people's dreams. Am I right? I mean, I hope not, because I'm talking about serial killers. So I hope that's not your dream. Please, you guys, I love this community. I love you guys to death. Like, you are more than generous to me and super nice to me, but like every day, I have to say, like, yes, I'm running this channel, so I'm guilty of this, but every day I'm kind of worried. I'm like, please, you guys, please don't take this channel as a, taking notes on how to get away with murder. I hope, please, you guys, just be good. Don't break the law. And we're good, and we're okay. But I have to say, this is one of my nightmares. Like, I'm gonna somehow inspire someone to commit a crime. That's the worst nightmare ever, because that's not the point of this channel. Oh, shit. Why is the chat so weird? Oh, that's why. Never mind. Ignore. This was like chat layered over chat. Everyone's just like, what? Hello, everyone. Hi, Melvin. Hi, welcome. And Anthony, hello. And Wiglov, hi. And Azriel Arashi, hi. Maybe he's side banned. Maybe. I mean, potentially. Maybe. I'm not sure. Because I don't have him on. I don't have this user on my like. Bumped into my microphone. Congrats. Okay. Sadly, I must go now. To bed now, as I have to be up super early. Have a great stream, Sona. Thank you so much, Arashi. I hope you have a good night and get some rest. I'm going to sleep, but I wish you luck, and this already sounds weird. Lost Nemesis, why are you not staying? No, it's okay. If you're tired, it's fine. Well, the only notes we take is bury Haxes. I hope so. I hope that the only notes that you take is, okay, don't do this if you want to be safe at home. Lock your doors, lock your windows, because this shit happens. Even like, I was talking about it during my Patreon live stream just the other day, and there was like a murder case. Someone murdered a podcaster, which I'm like, sweating a little. But someone someone murdered a podcast host. Given that the podcast wasn't about true crime, but it was like about tech industry. But a podcast host was shot to death because the stalker just broke into her house at like 1 a.m. through a window. Close your windows. Lock your windows. Goddamn. I know, even if it's hot, honestly. Well, I mean, okay, that was like, it was surprising because the neighborhood was very like safe. It was pretty like, had an opinion of safe. But as we learned from many cases that I cover, small towns, not safe. Don't assume that they are safe and nothing ever happens there because something's gonna happen. Neighborhoods that have an opinion of being safe, never assume it's like 100% safe. But yeah. What was the podcast called? That is a good question. Wait, podcast host murdered. I don't know. There was like... Oh, okay. Wait. Let's see. Does it say? Affiliated with... Okay. No, it doesn't say what the podcast was. At least not in this... not in this article, but it says... Okay, so the victim's name was Zoreh Sadi, and her husband Mohammed Nasseri. Those were the two victims. About the podcast, it says that she was affiliated with a podcast on the subject of gaining employment in the tech industry. Let me check. Maybe I can just Google it. We're gonna get into the case in a minute. Because shit was happening. Shit is happening in Japan in the recent year, not years even, in the recent months. I was talking about it on, sorry, I'm just like checking the podcast. No, I don't know. Doesn't say. Hi Rai. Hi, how's it going? Okay. So shit has been happening in Japan. For the past few weeks. I was talking about it in the Patreon stream. Basically, we discussed the sushi terrorism. If you know, you know. We discussed the fact that there are bizarre cat mutilations happening in Saitama Prefecture and, you know, Saitama City, which, you know, not great because people have this looming memory of the Kobe city murders from 1997, and that's how they started. They started from the killer actually mutilating animals and abusing animals, and then eventually two young students died. If I remember correctly, it was like Ayaka Yamashita and Jun Hase. Those were the victims in 1997, and now it's kind of starting the same way. That's why people are very worried because they've been, you know, finding cats like mutilated straight up, like heads or paws like cut off, and then the next day they found the torso. So, you know, people are scared. The police is, you know, in Saitama, they're increasing security, increasing patrols. They are, you know, kind of supervising kids going in and out of school. And we'll see. I mean, hopefully the perpetrator is found and it's caught. And they're caught. Nagakon, that's the thing with crime. You always think you've seen it all, and then suddenly you find yourself reading on a new case and wondering, why would anyone do that? That's my feeling about sushi terrorism. If you check out my Patreon, you will find that stream. We had a good laugh, but also a lot of ew moments, like ew, and gross. And why would anyone do that? I don't know. The world is coming to an end. People are fucking disgusting. Not that they weren't before, but they are disgusting now, even more so. And also, you know, fuck TikTok and Instagram for ruining everything for us. We can't have nice things. That was the conclusion of that stream. We can't have nice things because there's always gonna be that one or few assholes on Instagram or on TikTok or YouTube that are gonna ruin it. Anyway. So today we have a case of pretty gruesome murder, and it's a weird case because it's not only the murder itself that is the most shocking, it's also the way that the killer evaded the police for years before getting caught. So this is what we're gonna talk about. Tatsuya Ichihashi was just 32 years old when he earned himself the position of a key suspect in the brutal assault and murder of Lindsay Hawker. Perhaps most shocking is the measures which Ichihashi resorted to in order to obscure his identity from the authorities, including self-performed plastic surgery and an actual plastic surgery, a formal plastic surgery or professional. And that is the case we're talking about today. So, Tatsuya Ichihashi was born on January 5th, 1979, and grew up in Chiba and Gifu prefectures of Japan, which are marked on the map here. In 2005, Tatsuya graduated from the Department of Horticulture, which is a branch of agriculture, from Chiba University. However, he did not go on to work and rather lived off of allowance basically he was receiving from his parents. Which, yeah, already great. I don't know how he afforded the plastic surgery. I mean, I'm gonna get to that point, but now that I think about it, he did not have a job. So the parents really had to like cough up a lot of money for him. Okay, so due to Japan's relatively restrictive privacy laws, little is known about Ichihashi and his early life, but it is known that he had no convictions and was in a stable relationship at the time. Although he didn't have convictions, but he was involved in, I think, an assault and theft incident. So I don't know what was the result of that. I know that he was, like, I was reading about it, and he was involved in some kind of like attempt of theft, and just like he jumped someone, but I don't think he was convicted of that. Anyway, so as for the victim, Lindsay Hawker was born on the 30th of December 1984, so she was 22 at the time of her death, to parents Bill and Julia Hawker in Coventry, West Midland in UK. She graduated from the University of Leeds, obtaining a bachelor's degree in biology. In October of 2006, she moved to Japan to teach English at the Koiwa branch of Nova in Tokyo. Nova is a language school. Ironically, I think I've applied to this school, like when I was moving to Japan, because at first I was teaching English. And when I was applying for jobs, I didn't. That's sad. That is fucking sad. Like the fact. Oh God, you guys, it's gonna be terrible. But yeah, from what I remember, like before I was moving to Japan, I was like obviously applying for different jobs, and to be able to go to Japan for a longer time. And I did apply to Nova, and I did interview with Nova. So that's. I feel that weird feeling in the pit of my stomach when I found out that she was working at this school. I was just like, oh my God. You were an English teacher? For a little bit. For a very short time in Japan, like just the first few months, like literally 4 or 5. I think it was like 5 months or something. But first few months I was an English language teacher, and then I transitioned to a different job. So yeah. But yeah, I think I had a phone interview with this school. The bullet dodged. How good were you? Oh, you mean like, wait, how good was I? As in like how good was my English? I don't know. You can judge me all you want. It didn't have to be like, I know, I guess. Okay. Well, I did graduate from, okay. Weirdly, strangely enough, I also graduated from a university in the UK. My story is starting the same way. Thank God. It was very unfortunate for Lindsay. For me, not for her, it was unfortunate. For me, I was very lucky. I didn't feel like I was unsafe. Like I was not safe in Japan. I always felt safe, but so did she. And you know, that is the sad part, because she probably felt very safe and she did not suspect that something's gonna happen. And then you became a detective. Oxford? No, that's not the only university in the UK. I will not say which university. IDK Bacon, thank you so much for the donation. Sona Sensei has a nice ring to it, not gonna lie. I mean, Sona Sensei was the best. I don't like kids, but kids loved me. So for some reason, I didn't like kids. So I was hoping that I would be teaching adults, or at least like high school students. Unfortunately, I got to teaching like little kids, and I hated every minute of it. So yeah, I did get a group at one point, like for a very short period of time. I did get a group of high school students, and they were wonderful. Like I really loved the group. They were great. I really liked them. I did not like the little kids, but the little kids were like, yeah, we want her to teach us. Like whenever they would ask, like, oh, which teacher do you want to teach you today? And they're like, Sona! I'm like, God damn! You get what you get. I was like, ah, little brats. No. Okay. Let's get back to the case. My mom is an elementary teacher. Well, God bless your mom. Bless her heart. I know it's not that kind of expression, but like she a hero. It's terrible. Like I mean it's a tough work. I'm not gonna say which UK university. One of the embarrassing ones. Gotcha. No, it's yeah. I was actually applying to the University of Leeds, by the way, because I was looking for universities with the Japanese studies program, and this is what I studied. But yeah, I did apply to University of Leeds, or I was going to. I don't remember if I applied. I think I applied, but in the end, I got in, but I chose a different one. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the case. Okay, so in October 2006, she moved to Japan, and she was teaching at the company called Nova in Tokyo, which proved to be the decision that sadly cost her life. So how did the two strangers meet? And that's the most, I think that's like very disturbing part in my opinion, and it should have raised red flags. But again, I assume she just didn't expect anything like nefarious, sinister from this guy, even though it's the meeting is strange. Okay. So 6 months into living in Japan, only 6 months, mind you, which is, that makes it even sadder. Jesus Christ. So 6 months into living in Japan, Lindsay had a strange encounter. She had just finished work for the day and had just gotten off the train and was starting to unlock her bicycle when she was approached by a man claiming to be an English student of hers. Lindsay was definitely unsettled by the encounter, as she most certainly was very certain that this man was not her student at all. As a result of her uneasiness, Hawker politely left the conversation. She refused. She said, I don't think you're my student, and, goodbye. And she began to ride her bicycle back to her apartment when, alarmingly, the man started to run after her, and he was just following her. Despite her best efforts to, end the conversation, she could not seem to get the very, inquisitive man to leave her alone. Already a red flag. Eventually, he was asking her if she would be willing to give him private English lessons at a very generous pay in a public cafe. So he was, this was not a red flag. He was just, yes and no, because he was just like, oh, I would like a private English lessons, but in a very public place. So she was just kind of like, okay, at least he's not trying to get, he's not a creep. He's trying to get a private lessons, but in a public cafe. So I'm going to be safe. Concerned, Lindsay again declined and stated that she was too busy for extra work. So she was still pretty careful at this point. Then the man seemed very disappointed but accepted the decision. Oddly, he then asks her if she would give him a glass of water, which, you know, after, because he was explaining like, oh, I was running after you, which kind of, I mean, now, okay, she was very young. She was 22. I understand, like, she was also not trying to be, she didn't want to be rude. Because I was asking myself question, like, why would you give him a glass of water? I would be like, fuck off. But this is me now, an adult with many, many experiences with weird people that would not take no for an answer. And I would like straight up say piss off and just like, I'm gonna call the police. I'm calling 911 right now if you don't leave me. But she was 22. It was just her first months in Japan. I understand that she wanted to be, you know, it didn't want to be rude, didn't want to be like upset someone. I think because she was like alone, she wanted to be careful. She didn't want to like aggravate anyone. So she's just being polite. So he asks her for a glass of water and she says yes. But only because she wasn't living alone. So she was living with housemates, so she was kind of feeling safer. And she actually wanted her housemates to be able to identify the man if he came around again. And also wanted to highlight the fact that she did not live alone in case the man was planning anything. So once she was inside, the man once again asked her for a private English lesson at an increased pay rate. So even higher than, you know, previously, which Lindsay simply could not refuse because it was like so high. Apparently, I don't remember how high it was, but like it was double, triple, quadruple the normal rate. So the grateful man surprisingly passes her a note. And this is the weird part because he passed her a note that contained a drawing of her with his name and number on it. And this is the drawing, this is the note you see on the screen. If you haven't already guessed, this man was Tatsuya Ichihashi. Which very unfortunate, fateful encounter that ended very badly for Lindsay. And I don't know where, well, I mean, okay, or I don't know, I guess she didn't think about it. But this is such a major red flag because if you think about it, he had this whole drawing of her. He had this note with him on like, I don't know, on a whim. This means that he was observing her before. It's not a, I don't think it's a drawing that you, I mean, yeah, it's a drawing you can kind of scribble, but this is kind of weird. He had to have taken his time, like observing her. So, you know, it's not a 5-second drawing. Sound the alarms. Yeah, that's, man. It's just heartbreaking. Like since we know what's gonna happen next. Well, I know what's gonna happen next. Yeah, it's even more. It's so heartbreaking because she was there for only a couple of months. She just graduated. She was, yeah, like 22, about, yeah. Never mind. But she was very, very young and yeah, it's terrible. Okay. So then on 24th of March, 2007, Hawker and Ichihashi had their first lesson together at the local coffee shop. CCTV footage revealed that Hawker did not appear uncomfortable during this interaction, but her efforts to keep a distance were noticeable. During the lesson and time spent in the coffee shop, nothing appeared unordinary. You know, like this, they were just having a lesson and everything was good. He was very polite. Nothing seemed amiss. So, where did it all go wrong? Like, how did an innocent encounter turn so bad? At the end of the lesson, Ichihashi claimed to have left his money at his apartment and insisted that Hawker should come by his apartment to pick up her payment. Lindsay agreed, and the pair got a taxi together. Which already another major red flag. Like, yes, you know, so you come to an English lesson without any money, that's already a red flag. And okay, but okay, it's still, you know, it's still safe. It's still nothing, you know, they're taking a taxi together, which means there's gonna be a driver, another stranger, but a driver. And generally speaking, they are, you know, very professional. They're not, it's not like shady Uber in around the world, you know, shady Uber in Poland or shady taxi. They are getting, like, taxi drivers are very legit in Japan. They're all under like one company or, you know, a couple of companies, but they are monitored all the time. So it's not like this taxi driver was in on it. Okay, so, oh God, sweet dreams, Sunny. Oh, sweet dreams, Sunny. Sunny rainy day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good night. It's all going to plan. Well, according to the plan. Well, I mean, man, it's just unfortunate what happens next. Okay, so once at his apartment, Lindsay reportedly asked the taxi driver to wait for her return as she was not going to be long, which the driver accepted. Ichihashi and Hawker disappeared into the building, and after not returning for quite a while, for a few minutes, more than a few minutes, the taxi driver assumed that Lindsay had changed her mind, and hence the taxi driver drove off. Which I'm kind of, I mean, okay, again, she didn't want to be rude. She was very young. Maybe she didn't see it as very strange, and she just followed Tatsuya into the building. In her, like, I would not enter the building. I would be like, I am waiting here in front, like, with the taxi driver. You go into your building and bring out the money, and I'm waiting here, and bye. You know, just come out. Otherwise, you know, no more English lessons. But yeah, unfortunately, she did go in with him. So the next day, Lindsay was rostered on to work. Oh, sorry, not the next day. The same day, but she was planned, like, she was on the schedule. She was scheduled to work that night. However, she never showed up. So on March 24th, she never showed up. Additionally, after not returning home that night, her roommates became increasingly concerned for her safety, and as a result called the police to report Lindsay as missing. The search for Hawker started at her apartment, where her roommates were questioned, and they told authorities about the strange man she had a lesson with that day. On Monday, 26th of March, 2 police officers were dispatched with instructions to search Tatsuya Ichihashi's apartment. Not surprisingly, nobody answered the door, and the police officers opted to using Ichihashi neighbor's balcony to look into the living room of his apartment. Despite all the lights being strategically shut off, it was obvious that someone was lurking inside, so the police knew that he was inside, he was just not opening the door. The notable is the fact that the police very oddly, like, you know, they noticed a detachable bathtub that had been removed from the bathroom of that apartment, and it was placed on the balcony. And there is a reason why there was a bathtub on the balcony. So upon these discoveries, the officers assumed that Hawker was being held hostage in the apartment, and thus they called for a backup, which in the end ultimately amounted to nothing because they sucked. So eventually, after 3 hours and additional 9 police officers, so now we have, I think, 10 or 11 police officers at the scene, the raid was being planned. Just as they were preparing to raid the apartment, suddenly, I don't fucking know why, but Ichihashi opened the door barefoot with a rucksack. Despite their best efforts, mind you, this is 10 police officers, or 11. Apparently, they were so shocked that they just couldn't seem to catch him as he ran straight past them. He just bolted out of there. 10 police officers, none of them, not one of them caught him, and they just let him go, let him run. And this is the terrible part of this story. So while they were searching the apartment, police horrifyingly discovered Lindsay Hawker's body, naked body, in the bathtub on the balcony. Ichihashi has completely covered Lindsay's body with a mixture of soil that contained a decomposition agent and sand. That's why the police, the first two officers that were looking into the apartment, Ichihashi's apartment, through the balcony from, of the neighbors, they didn't see the body. They saw the bathtub with bathtub full of sand and soil, and they didn't know what was inside. And her body was discovered, all bruised and with injuries indicated that were indicating a very violent death. And the only reason why the police actually searched the bathtub was because they noticed that there was her right hand hanging out of the bathtub. At first they just didn't notice it, I guess. And then finally they did notice that there's a hand sticking out of the bathtub, partially sticking out of the soil. So that's why they searched the bathtub. Interestingly, he had shaved, Ichihashi also had shaved off all of Lindsay's hair. So she was bald. Which, the reason for doing so is still unknown. And the hair was nowhere to be found. And apparently the police then assumed, when they noticed it, they assumed that he did it because he was also a cross-dresser and would likely use Lindsay's hair for a wig. Therefore, the initial wanted posters featured, his picture as himself, and also pictures of him wearing a long wig, or, a picture where he is fully dressed as a woman. So it was kind of badly photoshopped, but, he was kind of dressed as a woman, I guess. By the next morning, Ichihashi was officially a wanted man all across Japan. And then an autopsy report was performed and revealed that Hawker had been strangled to death. Shockingly, analysis of her injuries revealed that over a potentially 36-hour period, she was punched repeatedly and kicked, and it can be assumed that a blunt instrument was used to beat her. That's why she was so badly bruised and injured. As if this was not enough, it was also revealed that Tatsuya Ichihashi raped Lindsay before murdering her. So with, my God, this piece of shit. I have no words. Damn you cops, how incompetent can you be? To this day, I don't know. I don't fucking know what they were thinking. I would understand it if it was okay, there were two police officers. They were just kind of looking around. Maybe one of them was in the neighbor's apartment still looking at the balcony. The other one maybe at the front, but then, the suspect bursts out, just bolts it out of there, and okay, two of them maybe couldn't catch him. 10? God damn, maybe up to 5. Okay, fine, still a stretch, but you couldn't catch him. 10 or 11 police officers? Holy shit. That's some incompetence. That made me physically recoil. Using the hair from a woman you murdered as a wig. What the hell? Okay, so this was just the assumption by the police, actually. It's not... I don't think this happened. I don't think he actually used her hair for that purpose. They just assumed that he was a cross-dresser, and they were oh, that's why he shaved off her hair, because he wanted to use it. But it's actually not clear why he used her, why he would shave her hair. Maybe just for sick reason, that just because he could, or just because he wanted to. I don't know. Sounds like something Joker would do. Jeez. These cops making me very upset. Me too. Very, very upset. When I become a detective, no hesitation, bang, bang, right through the skull. I mean, I wouldn't resort to, well, I mean, yeah, if there's if it's clear that this is the person who is the perpetrator and you're 100% sure, then yeah, by all means, but yeah, whatever, whatever works to catch them. But, if you're not sure, I would be careful. But at least catch them. Jesus, if you have 10 police officers around you, with you, I'm pretty sure you guys can catch one guy. But But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know what happens. Maybe they were like too shocked and all of them were just like, what? Anyway, it pissed me off. Okay, so moving on. So when Ichihashi was on the run, police were hard at work developing a case against him while also searching for him. But an entire year had passed with still no sign of him. So how? Like, how did he manage to do that? And at the same time, Lindsay's parents and family were understandably desperate for justice. And as a result, they actually flew to Tokyo to plead with the people in Japan to help find their daughter's killer. And you can see here Lindsay's parents, I guess perhaps her siblings or other family members. And then her father with a t-shirt that says Tsukamaru mada nemurenai, which is until he's caught, he's arrested, I'm not gonna sleep. I can't sleep. I won't be able to sleep. Or we won't be able to sleep. So yeah, it was... Oh man, I look at those pictures, like I saw more pictures of them in Japan and it's every single one of them is just so heartbreaking because she just graduated. They just, you know, she was just spreading her wings. They just sent her to Japan, like she just got the job, starting her life, and it was barely 6 months and suddenly no contact. Oh man. Okay, I need a moment. Okay. Wait, let me take a sip of water. Oh, you probably heard me swallowing the water. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty messed up. This motherfucker. Okay, so despite they are there, they're pleading with the people. The search is, full on. But despite pleas and very generous rewards in exchange for information, it took 2.5 years or 2 years and 7 months for Ichihashi to be found. He was arrested in November of 2009 in Osaka when he was trying to board a ferry to the southern island of Okinawa. A fellow passenger recognized Ichihashi and reported him to the port officials, who then instantly notified the police. After arriving at the port police office, police approached Ichihashi and asked for his name. Tatsuya knew that he had been caught and felt defeated, thus he responded calmly, "Yes, it's me, Tatsuya Ichihashi." So I assume maybe in Japanese he said like, "Hi, Ichihashi Tatsuya desu," and that's it. He was immediately arrested and charged with... So that's the weird part. They couldn't charge him with the murder just yet. Like, they took him in on the suspicion that he murdered Lindsay, but he could be only held for 24 hours, or wait, a couple of days. He could actually be held for a couple of days. I don't remember exactly, but like a couple of days. And it was running out, so they had to charge him with something. They couldn't charge him with murder because it wasn't clear. He wasn't talking. So the time when he could be in custody was running out, like formally in custody was running out. So they charged him with abandoning a body. Other charges followed not long after. So it's not like he was charged with abandoning the body and that's it, and he wasn't charged with murder. He was, but like later, when they finally got the evidence. Her body was in her apartment, yes, but it wasn't clear. They didn't have like hard evidence that he was the one that murdered her yet. So that's why they charged him first with like abandoning of the body, and then or desecration of the body or something, and then they charged him with murder and everything else. So the question is, how did he manage to remain undetected for almost 3 years? So in order to avoid getting caught, it was observed that Ichihashi had tried to start altering his own appearance. One of his attempts at changing his appearance included using a thread and needle to bound up his nose with the intention to make it look narrower. Additionally, Ichihashi tried to cut off part of his lower lip, and this is actually a reenactment video screenshot. So he was trying to cut off part of his lower lip using scissors to make it appear thinner. Ichihashi had 2 attempts at, the cutting of the lip, because the first time he found the pain too excruciating and thus waited a couple of days before he finished the job in a public bathroom. It was reported that after seeing a wanted poster of himself, he used a box cutter, so just paper cutter, to slice off moles from his cheek. So those 2 moles, he just like, sorry, damn, my throat just goes, so he basically took the paper cutter and just sliced off the moles from the side of his face, because it was like, they would identify him by those moles. To hide his scars, he wore several layers of surgical masks. Although this could have been seen as strange, it was actually not uncommon. It's not uncommon in Japan for people in Japan to wear surgical masks especially during the spring season to escape pollen. Or, well, in Japan, like, surgical masks are actually, even before the pandemic, it was very common. It's completely normal in the spring for a lot of people to actually be using surgical masks, because a lot of people, there's like a lot of pollen. They have, pollen allergies. So people just use it. Also, but even before the pandemic, people would use it on, whenever they are sick. I would see a lot of people using them on the train. So it wasn't unusual. Okay. So again, he was to hide those scars, to hide whatever wounds he sustained from like self kind of inflicted injuries or trying to alter his appearance. He was wearing those masks. And then what is interesting to note is the extreme care Ichihashi took to avoid any monitoring cameras and making eye contact with anyone. All of these factors, along with his constant movement to different locations around Japan whenever he sensed someone was onto him, is what ultimately led him to not being caught for years. Ichihashi was so paranoid about getting caught that he did not even contact his friends or family for the duration of his like evading the police. Eventually, he decided to undergo a plastic surgery on October 24th, 2009 at a clinic in the city of Nagoya. He would get rhinoplasty to get his nose uplifted. Previously, he also underwent another surgery for double eyelids and other tweaks to his lips. So this is how he looked. On the right here, you have the post-surgery look, which I kind of, he looks quite different, but I don't know if it's actually true. Like, I think it's some sources say that the way that he was caught, he was recognized, was because he allowed the plastic surgery clinic to actually take an before and after picture of him. And at the beginning, obviously, like, no one recognized him, but then someone at the clinic, someone from the staff actually saw the picture and they were just like, yo, this is the serial killer. Like, what the fuck? So he kind of didn't assume that they would like look at the pictures. I don't know. Question mark? But yeah, that's it's pretty dark. I don't know. Like, I think it was like, oh, because this is how they usually do it at a plastic surgery clinic or like any clinic that cosmetic surgery clinic. They take a picture of you like before and after. If you allow them, you can actually say no. But I guess he didn't say no. So cool. Aren't you like a killer on the run? Jesus Christ. You can change the face, but not the way you are. That's true. Just the bangs did a lot. Yeah, like already the hairstyle did a lot. That looks awful. I mean, yeah, he looks pretty awful. Dumb move on him, but good for everyone else. That's true. Like yeah, like literally, like at any clinic, you can, if you're getting a before and after shot, you can actually refuse. It's not like they can make you, you know, give them the picture, let them take a picture. He could have just said no, but I guess he was, I don't know, idiot, fucking stupid. Guess he didn't want to look suspicious. No, but like, even then, it's perfectly fine to say no. You're just like, I don't know, whatever part of your body. Like, sometimes I would say no, like if I'm getting my nails done and I'm like, oh, actually, I don't, no, thank you. I just say no, thank you. Like if they say like, oh, can we take a picture of your hands like after the nails? And I'm like, no. Yeah, just be polite. Just be like, hey, not really. I don't want, thank you, but no. But yeah, I guess he didn't think about that even though he was a fugitive. So, not very smart. He should have used a fake wig beard. I don't even know. I'll let you take my picture. Just make sure you don't look at any wanted posters. Oh, great. Great. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Imagine being a wanted on some criminal on some serious felonies and letting people take your picture. That's fucking stupid. I don't know what he was thinking, but well, I mean, you know, it's good. It's good that he did allow the picture because that's how they recognized him and that's how, you know, the police could pin kind of his location. And yeah, then later on the ferry. He should have used a fake. Okay. Makes no sense when you are on the run. I guess he trusted those changes he did would cover his scent. But yeah, but then they take the before picture. So it's like before and after. And he just agreed to both. So, you know, who cares? He was caught. Okay. So Tatsuya's trial began in July 2010. July 2011. Sorry, July 4th, 2011. The trial did not last long, with Ichihashi admitting to enticing Hawker into his home, raping her, and then murdering her. Tatsuya stated that he strangled Lindsay to death as he was concerned that the neighbors might hear her screaming and get him in trouble. Most media attention regarding the case was focused on what penalty Tatsuya Ichihashi would receive because with, you know, there was still death penalty and it's still, the death penalty is still enforced in Japan. And at the time it was, you know, there were many that were campaigning for Tatsuya Ichihashi to receive the death penalty. And then on July 21st, 2011, he was sentenced to life imprisonment, serving a minimum of 10 years before the possibility of parole. I don't understand why there was a possibility of parole at all. Like, okay, fine. You don't want to put him. It's fine if you don't want to put him on the death row. Whatever. Life imprisonment, but like, why the possibility of parole? I don't get it. This was clearly a very planned. I don't know. To me, it was planned. Like some people dispute it. Some people say that, oh, it wasn't planned, that he didn't want to kill her at all. But for me, it's just like the encounter at the station, and you had that sketch of her, and you were very insistent, and you know, to me, it was planned. To me, it was planned from the beginning, or at least, you know, harming her was planned. So, no. Sona, he's lucky he wasn't in American prison because all the thugs and gang members would have. Oh, okay, I guess I didn't. Thank God I didn't read that message till the end. Why, KB? Why? I didn't see that message. So be nice. Okay. Was it because he pled guilty? Possibly. Like, possibly. That's why he didn't get the death penalty, because he was like, you know, apparently he was remorseful. Still. Not planned? Yeah, right. What kind of moron do you have to be to think that? No, I mean, you know, like, to be fair, it could have been like, oh, a different scenario could have been like, yes, he wanted to meet her. He wanted to befriend her. That whole sketch thing and stuff. it didn't have to be, I guess it didn't have to be like for murder specifically. He could have been like, oh, I like this person. I want to, you know, maybe he was kind of like a stalker, or he liked her and he just wanted to befriend her at first, but then it just kind of turned into obsession. Anyway. Okay. So he got the life imprisonment with 10 years before the possibility of parole. Despite the strong campaigns, the court decided against the death penalty, considering it was Ichihashi's like first formal conviction, and there was still a believed hope of rehabilitation for him. Interestingly, Ichihashi claims he did not intend to kill Hawker, but rather he was just trying to muffle her screams when he ended up suffocating her. But then, I don't know, man. But then you beat her. You also beat her repeatedly and kicked her, and with a metal rod. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm just not buying this. Like the moment it turned violent, the moment it turned into, you know, like sexual assault and everything else, like, yeah, you wanted to harm her. So, I'm not buying it. Okay, so you know what the fucked up part is? I mean, this whole case is fucked up. The whole incident is fucked up. There's no part that is not fucked up, but there is a very, very fucked up part. So while this trial was happening and media unsurprisingly were focused on publishing all the photos of Tatsuya Ichihashi that they could get, Ichihashi gained an alarming number of fans. And a lot of them were expressing how handsome he is, how kakkoi he is, and campaigning against the death penalty, and some even asking for leniency or his complete release. Here are some girls taking purikura pictures, which are very popular in Japan, with words praising Tatsuya Ichihashi, like the first one on the left says Yokohama Chiba made ima kara 4人で, so like, oh, going from Yokohama to Chiba, so for the trial, I guess. Oh, from like where the four of us are going, and then Tatsuya Ichihashi rabu, so like, oh, love Tatsuya Ichihashi. Tatsuya, wait, karada daiji ni, so like, oh, take care of yourself. Mind you, I see the second and third picture, this bitch has a baby. The fuck is wrong with you? Can you guys see this? Can you guys see? Did you guys notice that this lady is like holding a baby? Ah, God. And it says, yeah, like, oh, I love Ichi, so like Ichihashi, and then Ichihashi Tatsuya aishiteru yo, so like, I love you, Tatsuya Ichihashi. God fucking damn it. What's with the baby? I know! What is happening in this picture? I fucking hate it. People are sick sometimes. I don't know. Bruh. I know, like, I was just like, you know what? 3 girls, that's kind of understandable. But then I see that one girl has a baby on her. Leave the baby out of this woman. Seriously. The fuck? This is weird. Heath Rowell. Oh, so this kind of crazy girl loving serial killer stuff doesn't only happen in the US. No, it doesn't. It happens all over the place, which is very alarming. And yeah, but like, leave the baby alone, goddamn. Leave the baby out of this picture, okay? Jesus. Why are they bringing their kids into this? I don't know, but it's just strange. It's weird. It's I don't know. Girl, bye. Just bye. No. Yeah, but they were basically, there was like, I also saw like, I had screenshots of, it's kind of hard to read the comments, so I'm not gonna like, even if I place the picture in the presentation, it would be hard to see. But there was like forum, like a whole internet forum, and there was a post, I guess on the top page, it was like posts or thread about like, oh yeah, the fans of Tatsuya Ichihashi, and like, oh, you know, he's so handsome, he's so XYZ, we love him, we're gonna go there and campaign for his release because he's so precious, and goddamn, it was so sickening. I just Ugh. Ah. Okay. Darkest Monkey says, I feel deeply concerned for these people who look at these killers and say, I want their kids. Yeah, it's deeply concerning. I would never sick. Like, I feel sick, like, looking at the photos of them. I'm just like disgusted whenever I look at the photo, especially at those who show no remorse. Like, the ones who show remorse, still hate them. Whatever, but go to prison, serve your sentence. Whatever. Like, if you get a fair sentence, if it's, you know, if you serve your due, it's fine. But hopefully imprisonment for life. But yeah, like those, especially those that show no remorse, like Ted Bundy. Oh my God, this motherfucker was terrible. Handsome How? I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of, there was like this other case about the lady, I think it was like Evil Genius. That was on Netflix. It was like a documentary. It was like Evil Genius, and in the documentary they always say like, oh, she was so, like, the witnesses and people involved, like, oh, she was so attractive, she was so beautiful, and I'm like, really? Was she? I don't know. To me, she looked evil. That's it. None of these serial killers are that hot. They range from mid to zombie. Yeah, like, you guys have to understand that those people do not think clearly. Like, look at the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker case. He ugly as fuck. And yet he had like fans. Apparently he had fangirls and groupies, and they were just like, oh, Richard Ramirez. Oh, he's so hot. I'm like, ew, 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 ew. No. Okay. And then this is not over. This is not the last we heard from Ichihashi, because he ended up writing a book named Until I Was Arrested, which focused on expressing his perspective for whatever fucking reason, despite Ichihashi offering Hawker's family all royalties from his book so graciously. The family, not surprisingly, declined the offer. Bye. No. Why? I mean, I get, you know what? If he, I think the fact that, like, because he offered it to them, like, they were like, ew, heck no. If he didn't, they would be probably pissed and shut down the publication. But, like, holy shit. Oh, it's terrible. Oh yeah, it's pretty terrible. This guy needs to be gone. Well, I mean, he's in prison. Hopefully he's not, you know, I don't know, in 10 years. Well, I mean, he did have one parole hearing by now, because this happened in 2007. So he had one hearing in, oh no, wait, he was sentenced in 2011. So he had one hearing in, I believe 2021. I don't know what was the result. Also, this is like this is the heartbreaking, Jesus, like this is the heartbreaking part too. But every time, like during the trial, from what I know, every single time that he would walk into the courtroom, he would first do this very deep bow towards the Hawker family, you know, to express like his remorse, and he would like bow towards them for apologizing for what he's done. But they were just covering their faces. They did not want to see this. Understandably so. Like, fuck off. You already did it. Like, you've done enough. Like, you've done enough. You've done, like, how dare you? But he would just do this, like, theatrical of, the whole theatricals of, like, bowing down so deeply, doing, like, dogeza or whatnot, and bowing towards the family. I'm like, just, like, what is that gonna help? How is that gonna help us? It's not gonna make us feel any better about it. Also, I get that business is business, but seriously, the publishing company, sometimes you gotta say no to essentially blood money. Yeah, like sometimes you really gotta say no. For show, no shame, like just fucking shameless. But yeah, like this, yeah, it was just terrible. This whole like the performance of him like walking in and Jesus. I think I had, wait, is it? Let me see something, because I think I had one thing. Oh yeah, I have the CCTV footage. This is like the very famous footage of him in like the apartment elevator. That's the end of this case, by the way. Like that's pretty much the end. But I wanted to show you guys maybe some of the videos. Some of the videos that I could find. Which one was it? Ah, man. Yay, okay. Wait. I have a lot of true crime stuff. Okay, so this is the footage of him in the elevator, and like often, like media often show it because this like the way he's just like, I don't know, like bending his. I think it was this footage where he's like stretching his neck, and it's just like so disturbing. Is it this one? Oh yeah. Oh, he was just like kind of Oh yeah, that's another one. I assume this is another day, perhaps? Yeah, but like this, I think it was like, which one? Oh, I think it's this. Yeah. So they often use this, you know, this picture of him like kind of broken neck. Okay, let me see if I have anything else. Well, I mean, all of them are like TV reports. So I'm gonna try to play some of them. Let's play some of the videos. Wait. Okay. I think this is from the... Yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, this is when they caught him. Yeah, so this is when they arrested him. Oh, this is the ferry guy. Yeah. Was it? Oh no, this is people from the apartment, I think. Yeah, so they say like, oh, I didn't hear anything from the apartment, at least. And then we have... Oh, this is Lindsay. I guess that's the fragment part of the bathtub. Just felt a Kamen Rider opening narrator. Yeah, so he was in Osaka. I guess he was sitting here. For some reason, they're just like... Okay, Japanese news be like that, but like they filming the chair. The chair itself, but instead of like being, you know, I don't know, the footage of him being captured or whatnot. I guess, oh, the next ones are actually his parents. Monsters are more understandable than these humans acting like monsters, seriously. Sometimes people are scarier than the supernatural because you never know who you should be scared of. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't really believe in ghosts, but like, if anything, I'm like more scared of like horror movies, for example. I'm not scared of movies with like ghosts or monsters or supernatural. Like it's the movies with like actual murder, like actual killer are more scary. They don't know how to do B-roll. I don't know. I think the next one is interview with his parents. Yeah, so he was found. Yeah, so this is like Ichihashi Yogisha no Ryoshin. That's on the right. So the suspect Ichihashi's parents.
もうこれ以上ね逃げても結局は林勢さんとかね今も先ほど言いましたけどね林勢さんの家族結局私たちにとっても苦しいだけなんです。まず事件の詳細ですねそれをはっきりねしてほしいのとそれでここの裁きでか当然ね罪を犯したんですから
they're just talking about his fault, about a sin that he's committed, and like how he was on the run, but like, oh. Yeah, and like, oh, they would like him to, I guess, like admit or repent for his mistakes. And cameraman just had the camera on his lap during the shot. I don't even know. Yeah, but this is okay. Let's.
事件が起きたのは一昨年の3月。
Yeah, so the March. Yeah, like oh, he said, you know, that what I said, like oh, he wanted her to give him English language lessons, and that's why he approached her.
その5日後、ホーカーさんは市橋容疑者
Mind you, this is like weird, but like he legitimately just like dismantled his bathtub from the bathroom, and it's weird because like in Japanese apartments, I don't know, like this is, I guess this is like an older building, but in Japanese apartments they are kind of built in. Well, now the newer ones, I don't know how he would have done it. Like that's some work to do because they are, you know, kind of embedded into the whole like shower room, so it's kind of yeah. Okay, so like oh the body was left on the balcony in the bathtub, and it was found. Okay, so oh when you know when the police officers during the search or raid, like you know in questioning, he just like suddenly bolted out of his apartment and tobidashi, so fled. Yeah, and barefoot. Guy was elaborate. What is that? Wait. Paneru. What the fuck? Wait, switch to. Oh, so like, oh, if you press this button. Okay. 全国 like the national search. I guess this is to hear his voice or something. Oh. I guess that was like one of the like search. Oh. Yeah. This is like oh, Ichihashi Tatsuya no I guess kaihou ni. Is it kaihou? Kokuhou. I never know how to read this, but like tsukamaru ni gokyoryoku, that's like oh, the police help with capturing him. So I guess like oh, if you press this button you're gonna hear his voice. So you can like recognize. Yeah. Yeah, nikusei, so like his voice you know was found, I guess like his recording of his voice was found on his computer or something. And then you know if you press the button you can actually like hear his voice so you can recognize. Yeah. Yeah. This is usually a question. Wait, okay. Silverjack said, this is usually a question I ask myself. How did the parents of killers view their kids after they found out their actions? That's actually a good question. I never thought about it. But I mean, I guess it depends. It really depends on, it's a very personal reaction, right? Like some parents and families just cut off the whole, like all contact, and they don't want to be associated with the person, right? Like they renounce them as their family and they just cut all contact. But there are some people who still kind of, you know, this is their child. They will stand by them. Not like, oh, they don't condemn their actions. They don't necessarily like, you can see it in Jeffrey Dahmer's case. like the father really felt guilty. I guess the father felt guilty about like how he raised Jeffrey Dahmer, and like how maybe it was his fault. Maybe like he couldn't, you know, it was more like maybe I could have done some like more. I could have been more loving. I could have, you know, they sometimes blame themselves for like how their kids turned out. And at least like Jeffrey Dahmer's father, he was, you know, he still wanted to get him help. He still, to the end, like thought that his son was like sick because of him. Like he turned out this way because of him. So he was just like seeking therapy for his son, even while Jeffrey Dahmer was in prison. So, you know, yeah, regret. They are regretful. They are, you know, sorry because they think they feel that guilt. That maybe they contributed to how their kid turned out, and you know, it's understandable. I mean, it's complex. I think it's complex, very complicated feeling. But yeah, let's watch some more. Or what's happening here? 1000万. Oh, it's like 1 million yen, I think. Is it? 1000 万. Yeah, that's like 1 million yen. So I guess that's 30,000. Well, now $40,000, $30,000. I don't know.
その後の調べで市橋容疑者は事件からおよそ1年半後の去年8月から
Yeah, so like, oh, that's in November. He was caught in Osaka. Oh, what's happening? So to answer the chair thing, from an outside, but when I was a media student, there was something like freedom honored. Means without a judgment, they have the right not to be seen on camera. Yeah, like, okay, so in Japan, it's like, that's why they don't really show him much, aside from his pictures that were published. Because like in Japan, in those cases, you don't really see that many footage, like live footage of the you know, the suspect, or the, you know, the person, like, yeah, the suspect in the case, the perpetrator in the case. They usually like have very like strict privacy laws, so if you don't wish to be seen on camera, you will not be seen on camera. Aside from the pictures that were published as, you know, they were looking for you or something, then yeah, it's pretty private. Okay, so I know how he could afford. I forgot about this, but like I know how he could afford. Now yeah. Because here it says kyuryo uketotta, so like he received a salary. While on the run, he was kind of living under the radar, and he actually did earn money from like working at construction sites. So he was kind of working under the table, like getting money under the table. That's how he could afford the surgery, and how he could afford to live, to kind of like survive. I guess it's mostly courtroom art, yeah. 直接に退職. Okay, so in Osaka, when he worked, like he received his salary, and right after he received the salary, the first paycheck, he quit his work. Okay, and then I guess this is like oh, that's not November. That's 11th of Sengetsu, the last month, but I don't know which month this is. Okay, and then he moved from Osaka to Fukuoka. So then he went to Fukuoka. Okay. Oh, that's where, okay. So that's, okay, so that's where he, Keisei Shujutsu. That's when he received the first plastic surgery, I believe. What do we have here? And then he went back to Nagoya for another. Okay, so on the 13th, I think this was in October in that case. If this is the surgery, he was trying to receive the first surgery in Fukuoka, and he failed from what I remember. Like he did fail at one clinic. They didn't, for some reason they didn't, they refused. And then he went to Nagoya, and that's where he received the plastic surgery, which is Keisei Shujutsu. So he received the plastic surgery here. And then they talk about like him here. Okay, what's happening here? I guess this is from.
大阪で発見され逮捕されました。今夜9時前、市橋容疑者を乗せた警察の車両が大阪の住み。
Okay, so this is the footage when he was arrested.
こちらが市橋容疑者を乗せた車です。車は JR 新大阪駅に向かい、新幹線で東京に移動し、その後千葉県の警察署に市橋容疑者の身柄を移すとみられます。
He was arrested in Osaka and then he was transported back to Chiba. And that's where he's okay. Ichihashi Yogisha o noseta kuruma. So like that's the car where he's transported. Yeah. Yeah, so he's gonna be transported to the Shinkansen station, and through by Shinkansen he's gonna be taken back to Tokyo and then back to Chiba. Hi Ritsu! Hi, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. And because camera steals souls. No, it doesn't. It's just I mean, yeah, maybe it does steal. What if someone doesn't have a soul? But yeah, that's basically where he's. Oh, this is like reporting from the Osaka, the ferry terminal.
こちらの2階の待合室で市橋容疑者によく似た男がいるのに周囲の人が気づき警察に通報しました。男は Yeah, so this is the Osaka Nanko, so the southern Osaka ferry terminal, so like the ferry terminal, and he was caught here on the second floor. And he was sitting alone and he was wearing sunglasses. 男は間もなく駆けつけた警察官に身柄を確保され、市橋容疑者と確認されました。
Yeah, so when he was approached by the police, like immediately he admitted that he is Tatsuya Ichihashi.
目撃した人によりますと、市橋容疑者は警察の事情聴取に対しておとなしく応じ。
Yeah, it's basically the same. Wait, okay, let's try another. I think I have like another. Let's see. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, this is Lindsay's father. This is basically talking about the. I guess that's the apartment. God damn, man. Wait, this reporting is so weird, but yeah. Hope Sona and Chad's doing well. I'm finishing off paperwork while I lurk. No worries, no worries. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so this is 26th. Did I show anything else? That's her. I guess that's the bathtub. Yeah. Yeah, that's the bathtub. And oh god. I don't know what was that. What is that on the bathtub? I don't know what this is on the bathtub, but I guess like covered. It was covered. Japan Action News opening. I don't even know. Like this reporting is okay. Mind you, this is from like early. That's from 14 years ago. So I don't know. I mean, it's not different now. Honestly, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. But yeah, this lightens the mood at least with such a rough case. Yeah. Okay, so this is the footage. So they bought whatever they were buying, and then they. Oh, this is Tencho. That's the manager of the coffee shop. 英会話のレッスンだと
oh yeah, they said like, oh, it's like, oh, I guess he asked like, oh, isn't it? I thought like, oh, it's probably like a English language lesson, and yeah. So after they left after 50 minutes, like after the lesson was done, 15-minute lesson, and they left. They just say like, oh, he right before they left, he returned to the table because he forgot his umbrella. And then they left together. Yeah, okay, so they drove for half a kilometer to Ichihashi Tatsuya's apartment. And then yeah, so she didn't return. Yeah, so they talk about how Lindsay's roommates did not, you know, like they reported that she did not return home, and they reported her missing. So police officers came to his apartment building. Oh, this is the like reenactment, basically what happened. Despite having 10 police officers, goddamn. Was it raining that day or something? I'm not sure, but he could have been. I didn't see any information about it, but like, yeah, he had like, I guess his umbrella or whatnot. But yeah, like, oh, the police officers came to like question him, but then he ran away. This is a book by like this journalist who was looking into the okay. Former police officer Kuroki Akiyoshi. Yeah, he's just kind of talking about the case. That's the part.
そこまで強引に逃げるということまでは多分予測していなかった。後ろ向きになった容疑者の背後から、
Yeah, he's just talking about it. Yeah, he's just talking about like that incident, how he ran away, like how he had the backpack or rucksack with him, and he just. I think it could explain the bathtub being outdoors, I guess. Yeah.
容疑者はそのナップザックさえもですね、その場に置いて、まあ逃げてしまったと。そしてIchihashiが落としていったリュックサック。
Yeah, so he dropped it.
中には着替えが入っていた。螺旋階段を降りてから容疑者は左に進路を求めてるんですね。
Oh, so when he ran away, when he exited the building, he turned left and ran. Okay, マンションの建物の壁に。Oh, okay. 沿って、okay, so he jumped over the wall or the fence and
乗り越えてるわけですね。
で、その時の警察官の配置状況は、その交差点 and he ran this way, like the left.
捜査員がいたと。逃走した市橋容疑者はマンションの外で待機していた。
I wonder if that's one of the cops that couldn't catch him. No, this is like a former cop. I think I don't know if he was just looking into the, like he was kind of, wait. I wasn't listening. But yeah, he was like former cop. I don't think he's one of the cops.
その時の様子を偶然にも近くで目撃していた人物がいた。
そこから逃げてきた私は、正面から見て。Okay, so she witnessed it. I don't know if she's the one shouted, I think. But, or this person shouted. So like, wait, like, or stop. Oh, wait. Yeah, he was like, I guess he pushed her or something and then, like, passed her. ちょうど家の前で because I was like in front. すみません。取りにました。と言った。Oh, okay, so I guess the police, she was just like witnessing it. I was also watching on a delay and didn't realize it. I think I might be going. See you, Fabian. Please feel better, and I hope you get rest. 逃げちゃったですよね。Like, oh, he ran away.
実は市橋容疑者は高校時代陸上部に所属。ハードルが特
I
で
guess
は
he
な
just
く
like
家と家の間の狭い空間を選び、フェンスを飛び越えながら。
Okay, so that's where he ran away. Like he basically was just like kind of running around between the buildings. Yep. Anyway, that is it. That is it. Yeah, it's a messed up case. I just like looking at the family just being there and coming, and you saw the father just being kind of on his knees in front of the apartment door and just putting the flowers there. Like they literally saw her a few months ago, just let her move to Japan to start their life, and never saw her again. So that's the heartbreaking part. Okay, you guys, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for listening to the case. I hope you did find it interesting. If you did, please remember to take a second to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button to be notified whenever I show up in my little dark corner of the internet. What a case, what a case. Yeah, I do have more cases I want to cover more cases from Japan or from South Korea, like here from Asia. I'm planning to like cover more cases from the region, especially from Japan. Like I think there's quite a few cases that, if I think about it, I could have been murdered so many times while living in Japan, and I did not think about it. Thank God, like I'm the lucky one, like I'm very fortunate I didn't end up in a difficult situation, a dangerous situation. But unfortunately, there are, despite Japan having the opinion of being very safe, you might be surprised to find out that there's quite a few cases like this one, and it's disturbing. My parents are from the bad part of Mexico, and they taught me to mind my own business, but I don't think I could live with myself if my inaction led to something like this. Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, obviously, be safe. Like, yes, if there's something you can do, do it. Like, if you know that it's not gonna endanger you, but you can do something, you can help someone, then do it. But if you know that, okay, this is risky, I might be also in danger, I think it's fine if you like call the authorities and hand it over to them, obviously. Thanks for the stream, and thanks for the good time. You are awesome, and your streams are amazing. Thank you so much, Christopher. I hope you guys do, learn something about safety, about being careful, and, about noticing red flags in these kind of situations. I do hope that none of you guys will ever have to face this situation. That none of you guys will ever find yourselves in this kind of situation. Please be safe, and also please do not commit crimes, because that's not very nice. Don't commit crimes. Don't get inspired from these videos. I hope that my videos, if anything, that they inspire for you guys to be safe and to do the right thing when, if you witness something like this, which I hope you will never have to. A depressing but interesting case. Good night, everyone. Rose Fox, thank you so much. And good night to you. Don't go into don't go into strangers' houses. Don't, just be safe. If anything happens like this, just be in a public place and stay safe. Call a friend to pick you up. Don't ever be alone with a stranger, with a suspicious person.
Also, you be safe too. Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm very safe right now. Like at this point in my life, I've learned my lesson and I'm like not doing stupid shit. Well, there's plenty of cases on the internet to use for future streams, so you won't be running out of them anytime soon. I look forward to the next case. Thank you, Kyle. And actually, it's kind of sad because yes, you know, on one hand, I will not run out of cases. On the other hand, it's kind of sad because I will not run out of cases. That means there are many, many cases like this one and worse. Shai, thank you so much for the donation. Amazing stream as always, Sona. Apologies for coming in very late. I'll try to be on time next time. Forgiven. First time, first offense, forgiven. Next time, yeah, like it would be nice. It would be good to be here on time because, you know, we discussed the case. I try to, you know, go over the case and also to mind the chat. So I try to answer some questions. But yeah, I guess the sad part that, you know, the good part is as long as there are cases, you know, I do have, you know, I'm going to continue with this channel because that's the point of this channel, education about safety. And yes, through pretty terrible cases, but I think it's, you know, there is value to that. I wish, honestly, yeah, like I would, technically, I would go out of business, quote unquote, but technically I would love that. I would take that if there were no, if I could make it happen, you know, if there were like, okay, if you press this button, there will be no cases like this ever again in the world, but your channel is gonna go out of like just stop, you know, you will have to stop making content. I would smash that button like right away if I could change that, but unfortunately I cannot. And Jamie, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. Keep up the amazing work, Sona. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Don't do what Clarice did at the end of The Silence of the Lambs. I don't, oh my God, The Silence of the Lambs. What did she do? Because I think I've watched it maybe like once years ago. So I don't even remember. I carry a pocket saw with me everywhere. So I'm prepared. Aaron, I mean, you know, like that's good. You know, you have a weapon if you know, have something to protect yourself if you know that you're not in a very safe neighborhood or actually, Jesus, I kicked something. I could kick the foot stand under my desk. But yeah, like I honestly, like I would, I don't think here in Taiwan, like I can carry any weapon, like, and even like pepper spray. I don't know if pepper spray is even legal. So that sucks. But I would if I, you know, well, technically you already have a big back catalog. So even if all the killings stop tomorrow, you'll be fine. I guess so. No, but like, I mean like, oh, if I could erase all the cases, like everything, like never happened, I would still smash that button. I would still be like, you know what? I can find something else to do, to work on. But I would love to erase all the cases in the world and just take it all back and, you know, or something that will never happen again. To make it never happen again too. Sad truth is, detective, as long as humanity has free will, some will use it for their own goals, even if it means harming others. See, this is why if someone gave me the reins of the world, as in if I were the ultimate dictator in the world, not that I want to, but if I were, like that's a terrible idea because I have all those ideas. I'm like, yeah, this is what I would, you know, if I had the power to forbid people from doing something or like punish, you know, I would be a terrible dictator because I think I have too much power. That would be very bad for me. 7 months, Tyron. Thank you so much for being the channel member and a Patreon member. Fear, you really are putting too much on yourself. No, like I'm just, you know, sometimes having those thoughts. Hey, if I could change the world, what can I do to change the world for the better? Not that I'm like a philanthropist or something. I'm telling you guys, if that's the worst idea ever. If someone like decided, hey, maybe Sona should be the ultimate dictator of the world and like have a say in everything. That's like the worst idea because I really have like, if I talk, like when I talk about it with my friends, they say like, wow, you would like roll with a strong hand. Very, very strong. You would not would play around. Eric, thank you so much for the donation. Sona could discuss cheese and we would tune in. I mean, I would hope so. Next up, discussing different types of cheese, even though technically I can't really eat that much cheese. I don't really digest cheese very well. In Sona, we trust. Don't trust me. Okay, listen, don't ever make me the ruler of the world, because seriously, I would really, some of the ideas, like because I don't understand politics as well. Also, Jose, thank you so much for being joining the channel membership, and welcome to Even Angrier Mob. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, like I would be drunk on power. I don't think that's a good idea. I know I know myself too well, and I know from those conversations, I already know. I can already tell, like, my friends are like, wow, you would be like very extreme as a as an ultimate dictator. I'm like, I would be too drunk on power. So that's not a good idea. I just wanna be on my little, here in my little corner of the internet, in my little space, and with my community, and it's, that's what I like. I don't want the ultimate power, because, yeah, it would be terrible. I would be like Ultron. I'm always wondering about Thanos. I'm always wondering, how are the family or friends doing after knowing that someone really close to them are handling their lives without them? I mean, I can't imagine. I can't. It's a tough pill. It's a tough pill to swallow. Would they be evil for the good of his people, or be so bad at being a dictator that everyone thinks it's so cute you're trying to be evil? I think I would be like, no, I think I would have extreme, like, for the good, or at least I would think it's for the good of people, like solutions that are very drastic to change certain laws that I do not agree with, or certain things that are happening that I do not agree with, and I would just take drastic measures, and I don't think that's a good thing. And my friends also think so. They're like, wow, so now we are never giving you any form of power, like, ever. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to go into politics or have any power in any shape or form over people's lives. Just don't. Empress Sona. Kill the birds, all of them, probably. This is the only VTuber I watch with any sort of consistency. Yay! Chief Spartan, thank you so much. And well, I hope you enjoyed the content. And that's the whole point, that you guys enjoyed this content. Sona, unlimited power! Shoots lightning like Palpatine from Star Wars. Oh, Jesus. I would be the worst. I would be the worst. Like, I cannot be given any power, like real, actual power. She gonna turn the world upside down. Sona as the world dictator sounds bad. That's how it would look like. Bacon just like posted the perfect combination of emotes. I want to see. That's how I would. I want to see Sona play Monopoly now. Is there online Monopoly? I should play it. I should like do like a collab with maybe a couple of other creators and like play Monopoly, or with Patreon members. Oh my god. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna find, if there is an online version of Monopoly, I would like to play it with Patreons next time. This month I will have a hangout. So we might, with I believe Ruby and Diamond tiers. So we're gonna have a hangout. If there is an online version of Monopoly, we're so playing that. We have to play that. Wait, as the second in command. Oh, Fear, do it! See, Tyrant was like a... Tyrant, we can't be, you and I cannot be in power. You can't be my second in command. I can't be the one in command. Okay, because we're like, we would destroy the earth. Did you know Palpatine's first name was Sheev? I did not. I didn't. Sona plays Sims to simulate dictator Sona. Oh my god. SimCity or something. There is online... Oh, there is? We're so playing it. Damn, we are so playing it. You guys, if you are Patreon members, there's gonna be a hangout. I think, from what I believe I was planning,
on the 25th, 25th of March, 25th or 26th. I have to decide, but I'm gonna run a poll. So I will post it on Patreon. You guys, if you are Patreon members, you can, Patreon members on the Ruby and Diamond tier, you can vote in the poll when should the hangout be and what should we play. But I would like to do Monopoly. If it's possible, then I would like to do Monopoly. But Sona, I am the Senate. I am power. Power. Sona is not the Senate. She is the Prime Minister. I am everything. Okay, I am the the Emperor, Empress, and the ultimate. I'm like the Infinity Stones. If I could, please, no one ever give me the power of Infinity Stones. My friends are like kind of like, I was just meeting up with my friend to, for like a Chinese lesson because my friend is teaching me. And I was kind of every single time, I kid you not, every single time when I meet up with her, oh shit, I just bumped in my microphone. Anyway, every single time when I meet up with her, I kind of go on a rant about this construction site, which you guys know, some of you guys already know it, because I've gone on a little rant here in like during my streams about this construction site and the building that is being built, the apartment building that is like obstructing my view because I had like a nice view from my apartment, and now it's kind of like boom, this big ass tall ass building, and I fucking hate it with the power of fiery pits of hell. And every day I wake up and I think about the first thought that pops up in my mind is, how do I stop this construction? Can I? And I was just kind of the other day I was kind of asking her, hey, do you think if I like got some TNT, is there a way for me to like blow up this building legally? Is there a way for me to stop this construction legally, but like not through petitions, not through like surveys and like asking the residents? No. Can I like chain myself? I don't know. Can I like blow up the building legally or like just blow up the base so that the building just crumbles, the construction crumbles? But like I would go under the cover of the night when there's no construction workers. No one is there. Everyone would be safe. No one would die. But I would just like blow up the building. And she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure you would be, I'm pretty sure you can't do that. I'm like, damn it. Yeah, that part. Can we nuke him? We need a Sona and a hoodie shooting lightning like Palpatine. Oh my god. We need a Sona, Katbat Sona hoodie. Or Sona the Emperor hoodie. Or FEARSONA with Infinity Stone. I shall erase this building for the beautiful view. Yeah, I would totally do it. Hey, I was actually jeez. I was actually talking, like, I also told like my friends, I was just like, hey, do you guys think that I could find a Tesseract and like unexist this building? I'm like, hear me out. I find a Tesseract. And I use it to, the first thing I do is just like disintegrate this building. And the second thing I do is to eradicate all magpies because who the fuck needs them? The third thing is geese because who the fuck needs them? Sona, don't do crime, guys. Also, Sona, I want to blow up this building. Okay, but like, listen, just do as I say, not as I do. No, I'm kidding. Just don't commit crimes. Sona low-key a menace to society, and I love it. This is occupying my mind because I hate that building, and I really would like to. I should have done it when I had the chance. I should have burned this place down when I had the chance. No, I'm kidding. I should have like chained myself to the construction when they just started, or I should have run a poll, or I should have run a survey or something, or petition to stop the construction, or should have bought the airspace like above that plot of land so that they can't build a building that's like higher than a certain height, certain floor, number of floors. Damn it! Should have bought the rights to airspace. Fuck. Well, anyway, do as I say. You mean blow up buildings? Okay. No, okay, don't do that. I will bring justice and fire, but mostly justice. No, for me, mostly fire. Chat, I can't. It's not the mob way, Sona. Do it! What did you say they were building again? Oh, an apartment building. Yeah, I have to... I don't know, I should have done it. Burn the building down! Wow, I will be a little too to the safe side, so I don't get blow up like the building. Okay, I'm just thinking about blowing up the building. I'm not gonna blow up the building. This is a joke. Is it, though? Blown up the place when she had the chance, she says. No, it's just, yeah. Destroy the smash! The buildings, yep. What the money is actually going to paying for airspace. Seriously, okay, you guys, if you decide to, you know, if you would like to get access to bonus cases, bonus streams, exclusive series like History, Mystery, and Wine, Hangouts, and more, you can check out my Patreon. All the, donations go into the fund for me buying the airspace over that goddamn plot of land and building and just telling them to deconstruct that building because I need my view. First world problems. I know. This is what my generation needs, you know. We're spoiled. I think I got spoiled. The older generation be like turning in their graves. Oh, okay, maybe not turning in their graves. They're still alive, but like older generation be like, "Oh my god, stupid entitled kids." Well, this kid, like, Jesus. Yeah, I'm just kind of, Sona the terrorist. I'm not. I'm just like, this is just, thoughts that I'm having. I have thoughts, okay? Voices in my head. I just realized we're all on an FBI watch list now. Thank you so much, Bacon, for the donation. Might be the last one because this might be my last video. If the FBI is like looking at my videos, which they probably are, they're like, oh my god, this lady is planning to blow up a building now. I'm not, it's okay, it's too late. I should have bought the airspace when it was like still in like not in the early stages of construction. Should have bought it there. Damn. Bob the Builder would be sad. Which, funny, speaking of, this week I haven't released the schedule yet, but I'm gonna be playing a bridge building game, which, interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Also, what was that? But yeah, like there's this infuriating game. This is gonna be the Fuck This Game stream, and I'm gonna be playing the bridge building game, and it's from what I can see, because I saw it on YouTube, it was quite infuriating. So I'm excited for that one. And then I actually will be away for Saturday and Sunday and Monday. I'll be gone. I'm going away for the weekend. Duties. Some duties away out of town. But yeah, like I have field work. I need to get on a case out of town. So I will be gone Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but then I will be back. I'll be back on Tuesday. So no worries. Okay, and what else? Engineering fails when? Oh, can we fix it? There will be, there's Sona the engineer. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing the bridge game. So that's gonna be funny. I saw some very funny solutions. We'll see how that goes. Doing anything fun? I'll tell you guys later when I get back if it was fun or not. Can we boom it? Yes, we can. We'll miss you on those days. Yeah. But don't worry. There's gonna be a Patreon stream this week. Like during the week. There will be another true crime case stream, I think, question mark. I do want to do another case, but we'll see. There's gonna be a Fuck This Game stream, and there will be like chatting stream. I think I haven't done it like ever or in a while, so I'm gonna do a just chatting stream as well. But yeah, that's it. It will be quiet on the investigation office. Yeah, it will be. The office is closed for the weekend because very important case outside of town. Okay, that's it. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for all the generous donations and for the channel memberships. So that is it. I'm gonna release the schedule after the stream.
So stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows, bury your hexes. Until the next time. Bye.